collecting supplies at Moreton Harbour. It's quiet. A little too quiet for a Friday, but I'm not paid enough to go looking for the reason why. Spotted this sitting near the supply tent. A Huey. It looks like it's been through a divorce and lost. It's abandoned, slightly dented, and currently doing a very good impression of a paperweight. Naturally, I decided it was mine. Headed back to base to grab a jeep and a wrench. In Arma, a wrench is a magical wand that can fix a punctured fuel tank or a shattered soul, provided you hit it hard enough. Giving it the specialist treatment. A few taps here and there. It looks airworthy. Or at least, it looks like it might stay in the air long enough for it to become someone else's problem. Everything is green on the dash except for the fuel gauge, which is currently pointing at optimistic. It's bone dry. Someone clearly took the leave it as you found it rule very literally.
That's got no fuel in it. It's spewing.
Back to base. Again. Traded the Jeep for a fuel truck. It's slow, top heavy, and has the aerodynamic profile of a brick. But it's the only way this bird is moving.
I just dropped off a supply drop there anyway before I died.
Feeding time. It's a lot of high-octane fuel just to make sure that when I eventually crash, the explosion is actually worth recording. Success. The engine sounds like a skeleton throwing a tantrum in a bin, but it's spinning. We're still smoking a little, but as long as the bit's falling off aren't the bits keeping us up, we're fine.
That's just a transport.
Do the traditional yank shit?
Nah, it's a waste.
Just keep pushing south. Head towards Regina, man. Just rush them. They don't expect us to rush them.
We're back at the MOB, and after a few more taps with the magic wrench, the old girl is finally airworthy. It's a nice change from her previous state of being held together by rust and sheer audacity. I've transitioned her from a lawn ornament at Moreton Harbour to a functional logistics asset, and we're heading out on the first official supply run. It's a proud moment, honestly, but I'll give it about 10 minutes before someone with a rocket launcher decides they don't like the paint job.
Let's see if we can't this up.
First request for troop transport, and I'm expecting a full squad and a mountain of ammo crates. Instead, I'm basically a high-end Uber for one guy who apparently couldn't be bothered to walk across a field.
Fucking dead. Simple.
The mic's not working, man. I hear.
Oh, my bad. I'm between Nashville and Levy. Sorry.
Fucking Ultima knows everything.
Vehicle inbound, southeast.
You're literally wasting supplies on us, brother. Thank you.
You have reached your destination.
Guys, have got to get rid of this fucking South African. Got no clue. I'm staring this shit out.
Apparently, word got around that I'm running a taxi service. I got a request to swing by FOB Kentucky and pick up 4 troops for a run to the base near Levy. There are still some spare seats in the back, but it's a massive improvement over my previous run. At least now the engine noise isn't the only thing I have to listen to.
Typing's fine, man. Yeah.
Base is clear.
Which
Chopper
one?
approaching Levy, watch out, there's gonna be VTR south side up the hill.
Nobody told me the destination had been converted into a live fire range. It wasn't so much a landing zone as it was a suggestion of where to die. I'm starting to think the dispatch office really doesn't like me.
How do we know they have a BTR?
Hey, Niels, you think you can spy and see if they attack Levy? I want to see if
You can hire AI and open your map in order to go to a certain place.
After that drop-off, I just kind of hovered there, aimless. It was that awkward moment where you're waiting to see if the helicopter is actually going to stay in one piece or if it's just staying together out of habit. I happened across another friendly Huey in flight. Having nothing better to do, I decided to follow it, mostly because it looked like they actually knew where they were going, and I'm a fan of outsourcing my navigation.
someone get in the driver at the right end one there.
Following that other Huey led me straight into what appeared to be a staging area. It was a disorganised bunch of lads currently engaged in the traditional military pastime of standing around and pointing at maps. They were trying to scramble drivers and gunners for a LAV assault on a Soviet base to the south. It had the focused, professional energy of a group of people trying to split a dinner bill. Since I was already there, and my helicopter hadn't exploded yet, I figured I was about 5 seconds away from being volunteered for something dangerous.
All the way up to Illinois.
You're very accomplished.
Do it.
Apparently, the planning phase was over because everyone suddenly piled into the vehicles. Since I was already in the air and clearly lacked the common sense to leave, the helicopters were tasked with flying CAS. Our job was to scout the road ahead for enemies, basically acting as a very expensive, very loud early warning system for the lads on the ground. It's a great gig, honestly. You get a front row seat to the upcoming disaster with the added benefit of being the first thing the enemy sees when they look up.
Right turn.
Nothing says discreet reconnaissance like a fleet of screaming Hueys hovering over a tree line.
Just keep an eye on that for us. Head up.
Who's in the Jeep on the road?
This cunt's won't know what hit him.
I was just gonna look for the main joint.
Jeep, so be careful.
Just take shots.
Just follow the road all the way to the base, boys. Let's roll.
Direct. I'm a terrible navigator.
Yeah, Russian Jeep coming down the road towards the lab. Lab on your left, there's guys in a Jeep up the hill.
Do not stop, just keep going. Aim forwards, watch out, right side, I'm on head on. Left side, that's it, up the hill. Put the noise in. Fucking, where the fuck he's going?
Okay, there's a burning lava at the bottom of the hill, I don't know.
Lock it down, boys.
Yeah, there's enemy troops on the grass crossing on the windy road. On the lab on your left.
I spotted the enemy, but communicating their position turned out to be the real challenge. Turns out, shouting, "They're by the green tree near the rock," isn't particularly helpful when you're looking at a forest.
Yeah, they're taking shots
My
at the
descriptions
helicopter
were
now.
about as useful as a solar-powered flashlight, and the radio chatter was just a chaotic soup of coordinates and confusion.
Enemy Jeep.
Watch out the hill, bro.
There's another enemy vehicle headed straight for our lab. Probably about 300 metres up the road.
A rocket just missed the nose. Look, I've put too much work into this paint job for someone to ruin it with a cheap explosive now.
Keep pushing it. Where's that other left?
Went off-road.
Boys.
Yeah, I fucking hit that car.
Nah,
Nothing's good.
so it's to our right. Let's go up to me. Rush up to me.
I'm gonna get down and shoot him.
Left coming up for suppression for right on the road.
Yeah, helicopter's hit. I've got to go back.
After taking enough small arms fire to turn the fuselage into a colander, I decided it was time to return to base. It was that specific brand of Arma fun, the kind where you're terrified, confused, and having a great time, all while praying the engine stays attached for another 3 miles.
Back to quid.
Who's on my gun? Tell me when to stop.
Patched up and ready for more punishment, I spotted my old mate from earlier. Since I still didn't have a plan, and he looked like he might, I decided to go back to being his shadow. It's a solid system. He does the navigating, and I provide a second, slightly more dented target for the locals to practice on. The system worked perfectly, right up until it didn't. The locals took aim at the lead helicopter and hit it square on top of the rotor, sending old mate down in a flailing mess. Turns out, being the guy with the plan is a high-risk occupation.
Someone's shooting rockets at helicopters, man.
Once again, I was forced into a tactical
Regina.
retreat, while the enemy took crack shots with rifles and rockets just to make sure I felt included. After limping back to Levy to catch my breath, the piece lasted all of 6 seconds before a Gronk approached for a lift.
Yes, Mr. Alleyman, come down here. Mr. Alleyman, come down here, please. There's a helipad over here.
Apparently, my career as a combat pilot has officially pivoted to high-altitude Ubering. No 5-star rating is worth this much surface-to-air attention, but when a passenger needs a ride, We pull pitch and try to forget the repair bill.
You're under attack at Point, Kentucky.
Just get the 6 point fucking ended.
I need a listening chopper and 2 good men.
They're that smoking mountain. If I'm never at this place after this.
Anyone else want to come to Epstein Island or?
I've dodged plenty of rockets today, but I'm not dodging a subpoena for whatever's happening on that island.
Get that 6th point fucking ended.
Yeah, we could use a couple more blokes to help.
Boys, tell them.
Anyone keen to come to Spirit? Anybody? We got a chopper, we'll pick you up.
Hello, Tara Gina, why are you landing?
Latest Saturn. How about you, bro?
It's
You
been
wanna come?
reconfigured. Take off.
Demolition done? Let's just go, dude. I'll do this. I'll do it by myself.
Say again. It's been...
Where you going, mate? What's doing, brother? Is this your helicopter?
Yeah, man.
Just when I thought the locals with the rocket launchers were my biggest problem, I was joined by a self-appointed co-pilot. He's the kind of slack-jawed degenerate who thinks his primary contribution to a war zone is a 24/7 broadcast of Limp Bizkit. The audio quality is incredible. It sounds exactly like Fred Durst is being slowly fed into a wood chipper at the bottom of the ocean.
Yo,
I normally run with fucking wheels of fire, mate. You're lucky, mate.
where do you want to go?
Mate, I'm your co-pilot. Potato, where are we going, mate?
Let's go cap the island. It's got a purple objective on it. Or maybe, go power plant. I was literally just there, we were capping it, and then a dude came and killed us, so go power plant.
Dude, your mic's stuck on, eh?
Yeah, that's the fucking point, mate. No, you don't like it? I'll turn it off if you want.
I fuck with the Bill Gates.
Yeah, cheers, potato. This big squid doesn't know the fucking vibe, eh?
I didn't have the heart to tell him that his vibe sounds like a war crime. He just stared out the window, looking like a man who isn't entirely sure what year it is, let alone what the vibe should be.
We going, potato? Oh, big squid, let's go.
Yeah, you can have this one, man.
You sure,
You have
mate?
it. Yep.
Are you sure, mate? Do you want to? Are you just jumping out here?
I didn't stick around to see how he handled the flight controls, mostly because I didn't want to be there when the vibe eventually met a tree. That was the last I saw of it. The helicopter was never seen again, and to this day, no one knows what happened to it. I like to think he's still out there somewhere, hovering over a forest, confused about the year, and still waiting for the beat to drop.